Stacy May. Let me get my other computer up so I can see the chat. How are you today? I am coming on the first time I have done this. I am doing I've been doing this, I just haven't been doing it on film. Hi, Kim. I am harvesting jewelry that I've got a whole tub of that I've put back to use components from. And as soon as I get organized, I hope to be doing a lot of crafting. But right now, I just thought maybe someone would enjoy watching. Hi, Mike. What I'm doing. So I've got a new camera, so you're going to have to kind of be patient with me because you may not even be able to see what I'm doing. Ken is mowing, and I think he's mowing right under the window. So if that's a distraction, I can come on later. Hi, Janet. Hello, Hattie. Come on in, folks. Let me get on my other so I can see. I can't use my phone and turn the sound off because my daughter is traveling, and I don't want to be out of communication with her. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this exactly like I want it. There's the phone. Hold on. I better get it. I am live. How are you? Go ahead. Okay. Right. No. Okay. I will be right back. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Shall do. I'll holler at you later. I love you. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm doing um, the first time that I've done this, and I'm doing a uh, basically craft video. So, love ya. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. That was a phone call I had to take. Okay. Can you all, you can't hear any mowing. Good. All right. What I was going to say, and I am sorry, I hate just turning my back on you for a minute, but that's my cousin's sister, and I'm, you know, I'm always available to her, and she's always available to me. Um, I am cutting up basically some of these pieces. I'm looking at and evaluating whether I want to cut them up. This particular white necklace is very short, and summer's almost here, and white acrylic beads make beautiful pieces to wear with. I've been wearing white pants, and I like that look. Um, and I'm just really what I'm doing. I have accumulated a bunch of these little bags, and I am bagging these so that I can see them better. I got that idea from Kristen at Designs and Do-Overs. She said you can see them, you can see your beads a lot better in a bag like this in relation to find something that I'm trying to, so I can show you what I'm talking about. Well, in a regular old bag, you just can't really see what's in there when you go to work, do something. Um, you can't really see what you have. Whereas, and I have done boxes and boxes and boxes of these, but when you have a little bag like this, you can determine at first glance what's in there and, basically the quantity. And if it is something that involves a stone or something that needs identification, I always put the little, trying to find one, the little bead card that says they're whatever they are. I cut that off and put that down in there too. And besides saving a whole lot of space, it feels like it makes your stuff more accessible. But I have finished with all my beads basically. And I'm starting on my big, huge tub of, it's not craft lot because a lot of it's really, really nice stuff. So I don't know what to call it, but jewelry that needs repaired, and so on. Let me flip you up just a little. There, you can see better, I think, that way. Okay. Now, right now I've got one that I just cut with really large faux acrylic stones, but they were really pretty. And some of these are ceramic and some are acrylic. So what I'm doing in my beading organization is, and we have a shipment that just came in from a place we've never bought jewelry from. When kids finish mowing after supper, we're going to open it. I'll put like these ceramic rings in a bag all by themselves, because when I do go to use these pieces, I don't always use the way it was. Like, I don't care for these beads. So whatever I make probably won't have that in it. That will be in a bag of craft lot jewelry I've got going in the pink chair back there. But I try to group best I can. Sometimes I'll just do color waves, like instead of like all one thing like that, I'll do a color wave that kind of goes together. I've been trying to separate out metal finding type beads because I've got one little tub of that sort of stuff. I just don't think anybody would understand the amount of stuff I've accumulated and just been tubbing it and not really doing a lot with it. I hope everyone's having a nice Saturday. I look terrible. I'm going to come up just enough to say hello. You can see that why I want the camera down. I look awful today. I'm glad everyone's here. And I'm still kind of getting used to this new camera. It's whatever Cindy has. I forgot. Anyway, I've tried so many cameras, and we always use Google Chrome, and nothing works with Google Chrome. So finally, we had to buy a new computer for the internet. We're going straight through the Ethernet. Mary, how are you? Well, thanks, Kim. I haven't curled anything. Probably for church in the morning. But you know what? And this is off topic, probably about 360 degrees, but I'm getting comfortable with a little bit of gray. I'm not rushing right out and coloring like I did. Part of it is my eye situation where, I'm trying to be as careful as I can. But usually the minute some gray would show up, I'd start worrying about it. And I'm just not really worried about it. It kind of, to me, looks just like a highlight. Maybe I've just convinced myself to think that's what it is. But my father was blonde, and his gray was just kind of blended into his blonde. So I'm pretending mine's doing that anyway. But I like that new, what is the color they call platinum color? That's like a gray blonde. Well, thank you, Hetty. That gray blonde, that real, I think platinum's the color it's called. It's kind of somewhere between silver and beige and blonde, all kind of, I like that color. And I think that Thelma Thrift's hair is so pretty, how hers is. I like that color look. But anyway, I am going to bring you down and show you. I did get something from Gianna today. I want to show you all. And then my daughter's on the way to, they're at Nag's Head right now, but a wedding in North Carolina. And I get nervous when they travel. Look at that. Is that not in excellent shape? I got that from Gianna. I also won a sterling silver necklace from her. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? It's the back of it. They're perfect. There's no flea bites. Usually these enamel brooches, they've got little nicks and cricks on them, and those were perfect. So I was tickled to get those. Hi, Buttercup. How are you? I am kind of starting a new venture. I've been doing this a couple of weeks where I am deconstructing jewelry to harvest the goodies to make more jewelry. And usually I just do it as I go. And I've started trying to organize so that I have little bags of stuff in tubs that I know where stuff is. Um, I just decided today that maybe it calms and soothes my nerves so much to sit here and pick beads and stuff that I thought, well, maybe somebody who's just sitting bored would enjoy it too. Maybe it's an ASMR. Hi, Josie. I left you a message about my craft lot. I really, really liked it. Um, but it's very relaxing to me. And I got this little thing at Dollar Tree the other day. It actually, you could clean your teeth with it, I think. But our Dollar Tree craft doll is expanding. And I had already gotten this, and Cindy has one of these too. We both had those. And then there's an embossing tool I got. Let's see, that's not it. Well, there's another one that looks like that. That is, here it is. I haven't opened it yet. It's called an embossing tool. They're $1.25. It's, still smart, doesn't it, when you have to say that. But anyway, I've been sitting here doing this, and it's like a cheap, very cheap tranquilizer. I just forget everything, and it's a picker for cricket. Oh, okay. Well, I use mine for this, but I just sent Cindy some cricket pins that I had that I bought and didn't realize you had to have a cricket, or you didn't have to have a cricket to use it, but the whole purpose of it was that it fit down in the cricket. And I had some and sent them to Cindy because I don't have a cricket and don't have any desire for a cricket. But anyway, Kim, I was watching y'all's show the other day, and I was busy getting ready for something. Anyway, uh, and a lot of you that are on live, sometimes I may not be in the chat, but I'm listening almost always. But you all have looms, like knitting and crochet looms that you use yarn with. And I was just thinking at the time, I taught my daughter to knit at 4 years old. And I never gave her a loom. I was working on a seamless sweater that had a sleeve. And you started the sleeve at the bottom and then connected it to the other part. And I just handed her the whole sleeve. And she worked on my circular needles I was using, and learned to knit that way. She doesn't knit now. I had hoped she would pick it up, but I still have that sweater, and it's got those little uneven stitches in it where she learned to knit. Hi, Sandra. No, I'm not selling. I'm cutting today. Cutting and bagging. And scooting beads around on a tray. And it may get on some people's nerves, and some people may find it relaxing. But I was going to show you kind of how I determine what I'm cutting and what I'm not, and, what I'm keeping, what I'm selling. Uh, like this piece right here, gorgeous acrylic beads. Probably was from, a nice, it's not Napier Monet, but it's nice, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to cut this, and this would make gorgeous bracelet earrings to go with just about anything. And this will probably be for me, not for sale. I will be selling some of the stuff I make, but which I have all along sold some handmade things. It's nothing new, but I have to say I am much into what is it? Selena calls it plastics, acrylics. 924. That's what she calls it. As anyone, because I don't like anything heavy around my neck or ears, so acrylics are perfect for me. A lot of people, it has to be jewelry store product for them to want to wear it, and I am not that way at all. And you would probably be surprised what I wear. A lot of times is cheaper. Trying to find my little bags. I have been accumulating uh, these little packs of bags from Dollar General. They're $1 a bag, and you get 100. And this is just what's left in the bag. And I've been separating my beads according to Kristen's idea that they're easier to find this way, and they really, really are. Sometimes on these larger beads, I will go on and go up a size in a bag, and I don't waste. I use the bag that the bags came in, even sometimes. But like these white ones, some of the time I may run the whole necklace through the sonic cleaner before I cut it, but usually when I get ready to go to bead with it, beads usually, especially white ones, will have some dirt around the entrance, in the opening, and so I'll run them through my sonic cleaner just loose. But I had learned something, and I'm still not quite 100% on all of it, but I watched a video. I've always had trouble telling stone and glass from each other. Let me get my stapler. I don't even waste the bag those bags came in. I use it. So I have all of these all bagged up. If you look at the hole of a bead, the plastic ones will be totally flat. Look in your loop. Plastic will be totally flat. Usually stone will be flatter, pretty flat. It can be a little bit ground up around the edges where they drilled. But glass beads usually have like a little divot. And if you see that, you pretty well know it's not stone, it's glass. At this point in the day, I can almost put it up to my head or Ken's head, and we know if it's real cold, it's stone. If it's cold, it's glass. And some of the new acrylics are even cold. I had some bracelets that I still never figured out if they were glass or stone. So I'm going to bring you down, and this is what I'm doing. I appreciate everyone showing up. And if it gets on your nerves, the beads on here, I apologize. That's part of what I love is the sound of the beads moving on the wood. But like I said, I'm just doing this and thought somebody else might be interested to see what I can harvest out of old, broken, and or less than jewelry. And I have a lot of it. If you can see that tub right there, that big huge tub, is all things I've just hoarded back. Not. It's just junk, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to bring you down, and I'm going to craft a while, and I'll let everybody, if you want to, right now is a good time. If you have a channel and would like to get new subscribers, or you want to just tell when your next show is. I know Josie has a show in a little while. It's in the latter part of the afternoon, and here we're Eastern time. Kim and Kristen do two type shows. They do craft shows on her channel and sales type shows on Kristen's channel. And Buttercup and Hattie, you all are welcome to put anything in you need to, Mary. Janet, Mike has a Facebook group where he has things for sale. If you want to put your link in, Mike. And Stacy May, I think you have auctions, don't you? So you all are welcome right now to put your links in. And, like I said, I'm not selling. I'm just sitting here, and I'll be glad for anybody to fill the chat up with links. That's perfect. Hi, Perla. Feel free to put your link in or your auction or anything you got going. I normally don't like a whole lot of that when we're selling. It can just, but when I'm just sitting here doing this, it's perfect for you all to network with each other and get new subscribers and know what's going on. Sometimes the notifications, I don't get everybody's. I have to search y'all out to figure out what's going on. So go on and put your links, and then if you want to also put when your upcoming shows are or whatever, I'm just thrilled for you to do that. I really don't mind. So I'm trying to get this where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now let's start with these stone beads, and these are stone. They are very, very cold, and these are also stone. Okay, these are not. Okay, they're acrylic, but these, what I do usually, sometimes, depends on the mood I'm in, I'll cut both of these and I'll bag them together because they are kind of the same colorway. A lot of it too just depends on, and I use this little plastic tray thing uh, sometimes just to catch the beads. Uh, and I snip them and pull, and I don't know, a lot of these kind of little chip beads, I don't necessarily put them into another bracelet. What I do is put them as part of a design, like on an earring or something, to where I might string some of them on to a bracelet, but I don't do them usually the way those were done. I think doing stretch bracelets is the most annoying thing. I can't get the elastic to go through very well, and I get frustrated. I have a whole lot of it, the stretch elastic. Yeah, this one's going to be, I think I'll just do those by themselves. Hold on, this is my daughter. Hello. I am live on the internet. Are y'all there? Okay. Okay, I'm doing a DIY if you want to let Parker watch some of it. Oh, okay. Okay. Love you. Okay, that was my daughter who was on the road. And those you know me know that family comes first. I've actually gotten off an instrument before I was playing in a service because I needed the phone rang in the office at church, and uh, I knew one of my kids was on the road, and so I just got up and went, answered the phone. So anyway, uh, I'm gonna move. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm not watching the chat that closely because and what I use is I have this little squared off little plastic thing from a divider, and it picks them up so well. Are y'all, you can't see me, can you? There. It picks up the beads so well. There. That I use it a lot to do this. And I promise I'm not going to run you up and down this much every time I do this because uh, Elizabeth, put your link in your channel schedule or whatever in, because I'm just sitting here doing this, and I'm glad for somebody to. Uh, Now, these beans, typically stuff like that, I don't waste my time on. I usually throw them away. Um, I have some that I dump into a thing for a bead soup, but now this, what I want off of this is this gold tone pine cone. I had a necklace like this years ago that my dad bought me, and I don't know what happened to it. So what I want to do is put that on a chain. And these seed beads are kind of dirty looking. I probably won't keep them. I do sit and pick seed beads. I'm not above that, but I have a one tub of pendants and charms and things, so I just throw that straight into there and dump those, and on I go. Now, these acrylic beads over here, um, I had already cut these before y'all joined me, and most of these I will keep. There's any of them that seem to go together well, I will bag them together. I mean, they were all off of one necklace, but those are all the same print, so I will probably keep those. And that one together. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll put those together in the bag for future use. But I probably won't put all these together in a necklace. That's what I was saying. I take the components and I may make a bracelet out of them and something else that coordinates, or uh, I won't be restringing that necklace. Now, I do have pieces in a separate tub over here in Ken's chair that Ken is mowing, those of you who wonder. I haven't finally bopped him in the head to where he's not here anymore. I think about it sometimes. No, I'm teasing. Ken was so happy this morning. He was like a child. There's a new nursery, green, plant nursery, opening up very near us. And those of you who are local, it's over near the airport, sort of, on Shadowtown. And Janet might be interested. And he was so excited. I had mentioned I needed a couple things from the store, so he was all about going to the store, and come to find out he's going to the nursery. So anyway, he bought some plants, and you got one free plant for showing up, and he was so excited. But anyway, my son called to let us know he saw it online too, and I said, you must have already known your dad's already on the way over there. But anyway, Ken loves his garden. He's mowing right now because it's about to get ahead of him. Let's see. Maybe this one looks like it might. That look like a color run better together than these metal ones. I'll put them separate in the metal findings. Yeah, I think we'll bag those together. So when I pull that, I'll have like a little bag of things to make that kind of are the same color family or whatever. But I don't mind one bit for y'all to network when I'm doing crafts, because I'm just sitting here doing this. Now, I don't like when I'm doing an auction and somebody comes in and posts a link to their pop up or something and everybody leaves and goes. That's not fun. But and these metal pieces, I'll just put them in a little bag and they go down into the container of little metal stuff. And these, I'm not crazy about that one. These I like. I'll probably keep those. This one I'll throw into my craft lot. I have a huge craft lot. I'll probably be dividing up into smaller packages. Some's wearable, some's not. It's just stuff that doesn't float my boat. For I may go through it again before I sell it, but most of what's in my craft lot is pieces that almost just need to be fixed or something. Okay, so I've got that little color family in there. If I go to do something, it's all ready to go. Now, these kind of things, if you're really thrifty, you could pull this extender and you have to take that lobster off and turn it around, but you've got an extender. But this one's got a lot of wear, and I just toss it. I don't. My time's worth something. And these pink ones are about the same. Well, no, they're a little bigger than the blue. Those are two of my favorite colors right there. So I may sell things that are a little more pricier, but Barbie is very common in her what I like. And I like stuff like this. I like bracelets that are bright colors, earrings. I like to put like a little pop of color into an outfit. Or my favorite earrings are some I bought from Cindy Lou Bob a long time ago. She got from some boutique and sold them to me. I think I paid $3. They were yellow and they're like lucite dangles, and I love those earrings. And I bet I wear those several times a month to church. Here, I hope that's not Belle in the trash can. Belle threw up twice yesterday when we came home. We had that to deal with. She gets into stuff she's not supposed to. She's like a goat. And, she's been doing so much better with her everything because Ken upped her insulin. She's a diabetic, and she's putting weight on and stuff real well. But yesterday she must have gotten into something she shouldn't have. So, and one of my daughter's dogs had been doing that too. So one of hers likes to eat paper. And sometimes those of you who have this little thing, sometimes on these larger hole beads, I'll do this just to give my fingers a break and pick them up like that with the, and bag them in this little bag's what I'm using. The little bags, you can get them at Dollar Tree, you can get them at Dollar General, but they are cheaper at Dollar General than they are. The first batch I got at Ben Franklin, and I paid a lot for them, like $3 something. I love Ben Franklin, but they're a little higher. And no coupons or anything that you can print off. And I bought some from Cindy, actually. And I just thought somebody else might need some ASMR beads rolling around on wood. I find it very relaxing. Things have been kind of stressful lately, and this is relaxing to me. And I bag these, and even though I have more than one bag full, they'll be in the same tub, so I can kind of see that. Okay, Josie, what time are you coming on? It's 3 Eastern. I think you come on at 5, don't you, on my time? Josie has a good sale, and if you are on a budget, she has a lot of things that are inexpensive. And Mike is very reasonable on his pricing too. Um, not everybody can afford starting bids. I try to space in some inexpensive things on our auctions. But as far as what I wear, I am not at all a jewelry snob. I wear what I like. The only thing I'm really uncomfortable with is mixing metals, and I'm still trying to do it. If I have a piece that marries the two metals, I don't feel as funny about it. But and one thing that is really appealing to me lately is copper. I really like how it looks. I wore a copper ring. Let me see who that is. It may be one of my kids. My silly son. He says the funniest things. Anyway, he could have been a stand-up comic. He is so funny. Okay. Now, that in there. I think Joe's show comes on at 5 Eastern. I'm trying to remember. She's out west, and I want to get off before she comes on, so I'm not. I try not to trounce on other people. It isn't always possible, but I try not to. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, this is I think it was J. Crew or Nine West or something really nice. And it had, it's been so long, I don't remember if it had chains or leather or what it had here that, But I didn't cut these, and I'm not going to cut these. What I will do with this is I will hook on something fresh and new to the ends to recreate that. So I won't cut that piece. And I have a separate little box I'm putting that stuff in. Where it is, I don't know. Right there. Okay, let me get some more things. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, sorry for the noise. That was a little loud. But okay, I've got this. And I think these are just like a step above Mardi Gras beads, actually. But I like the little camels. So what I will do, of course, with this, I don't care for the bells. I'll probably put the bell in my oddities and wonderments because there are people who do, like little stuff like that. So I probably will set the bell aside. And where's the scissors? I will cut the camels off. Save the camels. Okay, there's one. I'll save my little camels. If you're a crafter, I do have some pretty expensive craft lots. Most of it is stuff I'm not using. Obviously, it's not going to be sterling components. It's not going to be. I'm tossing these wooden beads and pom-poms because they're just not worth my time. There's another camel. I had elephants like this one time. I can't remember. I did something with them. I can't remember. I think those are cute. Oh, wow. And there's the camels. And I probably will get a regular bag for them. Got something in here. Probably store them in just a regular Ziploc because they're too big. Bag of camels. And what I have actually started doing is trying to fix these bags to where snack bags actually are a whole lot better. But I have been folding these over so it's more, you can see what you have. If you don't have a lot of jewelry stuff, you don't maybe know what I'm talking about, but there's just a point you get to where you have so much stuff and you look in a tub and there's all these bags and you can't see what's in them. There's my camels, and they will go in the pendant box. Okay, this is something that I tend to get a lot of is belts. And what I will do with this belt is, and I'll probably need, no, I think I can do that, make bracelets out of it. So this will just go into my chain tub. Okay. Now, necklaces like this, always be sure and test those because sometimes they look like two beads and they're silver. I don't think this one is because the beads are not very substantial. I'll probably put that over there for Kim to test just in case. And this goes in my oddities and wonderments. If you're a regular at my show, you know I keep a little bag of stuff that I find that that'll go in oddities too. Some kind of lightning and thunder. What is this? This is a double necklace. I will just leave it as is. I like it though. I like the enameling on it. There are just so few people who can wear these small little necklaces. There we go. That's cute though. I thought about taking it and undoing it and making one big long chain out of it. I may do that. I'll put it in my fix it pile. Where's it? Right here. And this is something that I don't know what it came off of. It's old. It's a faceted, almost like prisms pendant. I'll just put it in with my pendants, and there it'll be. A lot of this has been in here so long it's tangled. Okay, these are, this is a rhinestone necklace. And it, let's see, is it broken? What I have been doing with these is selling them or giving them to Ken to use as harvest the rhinestones. And these rhinestones are somewhat nicer than most of them. That see how they're, I'm too close to that camera. I think I'll give those to Ken to see what he wants to do with them. He does a really good job at replacing stones in brooches, and he's hadn't had time to do too many, but we always disclose it when we do that. We always tell you. This is an old bobby pin. Look at that. I think I'll pull that out and sell it in the auction. There may be another one somewhere. This one is it's a butterfly, and there's stuff all tangled in it. There we go. That's cute. I'll just put that over here for the auction. And little things like that just generally make it to my craft lot. Now this is about the tackiest thing you ever laid eyes on altogether. I mean, it's not broken or anything. It's terribly tacky. One of those things that Southern women say to you, and that tacky's like the worst. No, Gene Robertson, the comedian, talked about how the worst thing a person in the South can say to you is tacky, that that's the worst thing you can be. But this thing's tacky. But look at some of the glass beads. So I will cut this one and save some of the beads and some of the beads I want. Let me move this over. Some of the beads won't make it to prime time, but some of them will. So, I love these ones on wires. You can just pull off. You don't have to sit and... There we go. Hi, Vaughn. I am just harvesting beads and chains and pieces from old jewelry. I'm going to be doing more of these type videos, and this may not be anybody's cup of tea. It just keeps me company while I'm doing it, because this is what I have been doing lately. A whole lot of this, and it's so terribly relaxing for me. These two little cute little green flowers will probably go in a little bag by themselves. So when I go to make something, I'll look at that bag and know I have two of those. That is pretty. These little bags are kind of hard to open. That's the only drawback. So that'll go into my bead tub. One of my bead tubs. I've got a bunch. And I am just scooping up the things that I think were salvageable out of that tacky necklace. I love these little beads like that. I have a bunch of them. Let me bring you back down. There. And the rest of this, I do have a bunch of these. I'll keep those. And pretty soon after I get done with all this, I have about 5 tubs of earrings I've got to sort into. This is some kind of little pendant. I'll throw that in my pendant box. Like any of the rest of these. That one's not. What is this? It's a stone. I thought it was plastic. I'll save that. And here are four little copper beads that I think I will keep. 5 of them. Because I do like working with copper. Haven't done a lot of it, but I do like it. And these I will put into my, where's that little plastic thing? Into my craft lot. That thing just doesn't scoop like the other one. And corralling these beads. These I'm forming another little bag for a craft lot. I always call it bead soup because it's just a little bit of everything. These bead soups I've been selling, this is where they're coming from. It's just when I dump beads, and sometimes I'll have a whole tray full and I'm hungry and I'm tired or I want to go to bed and I just dump them. So let me get something to be my new bead soup. This one's a good bead soup. All right. The beginning of a pot of bead soup. Bead soup. Now I'll probably just pull out these lighter colored greenish blues and put them alone. And then at some point, and this is like, ha ha ha, win, but I'm going to go through my bead bags and divide them into colors, into tubs of like colors. We get several days off this week from babysitting. So, all right, there, I'm going to put those together. I like these little glass tube beads. Get the metal things out. I love when we get jewelry in. You know, of course, Ken's looking for sterling to sell, and I'm looking for stuff I can cut up. That's just it's just so relaxing to me. I don't know why. I think I just get immersed in it. And I'll just put all the little metal things in this little thing. Jen Layton's daughter posted the funniest thing on her Facebook last week. And I told my daughter, and I meant to save it to my phone, something about watching the world be destroyed or something to that effect. And that meanwhile, I'm sitting here looking at doggy hats on Amazon. And that's kind of the same thing with the beads. Everything crashing around us in the world, and I'm sitting here sorting beads. But I know that I know that I know who holds tomorrow. So there's no need to worry. So there's a song that says, I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. I don't borrow from its sorrows. Or something to that effect. Jesus told us that each day had enough problems not to borrow from the next. I have a feeling Belle's in the trash. Just a minute. Belle, what are you doing? Oh, I'm live. I kept hearing her, and I thought she's in the trash. Do you want to come and say hello? I don't have the camera up. I gotta get a drink. It was Ken. I know. Come and say hello. The camera's not up. They can't see you. Ken's saying hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I'm boring them to death with my beads.
To do some yard work while the sun shines. As they say, make hay while the sun shines.
Take your dog with you, please.
No, she wants to be with you.
Yeah, take her with you, please. All right, now I've got another big old glob of stuff. What's in here? These are, they're knotted in between. Let me see. I believe these might be real pearls. They're not particularly attractive. But I did. Belle, get out of the garbage. Go on. Can you get her? She's digging in the trash in here. Those of you who've never had a real hound dog, let me just tell you about it. Okay. Yeah, I believe these are real pearls. I'm going to just go on and harvest them. And you have to cut between each one because they're knotted. Yet when I'm knotting pearls, I have a hard time getting them to where they won't slide. But the knot's big enough, so. Anyway, again, those of you just coming in, I can't see the chat right this minute. Hi, Anamora. I am just merely harvesting stuff, going through a large, long-standing tub of jewelry that I've had to go through. Some of it needed fixing, some of it I will harvest from. These are real pearls, I believe. Not my favorites. I like glass pearls. I think they hang better, they last longer. I normally don't care for the color of most pearls when they've aged. I think they look kind of yellowed or something. I don't know. I'm just not a big pearl fan. But I might want to do something that needs a real pearl, like a earring or something. A lot of people really do like pearls, so we'll see. Those are popping out onto my laptop. I really, really love glass pearls. And I like about a 54-inch strand of glass pearls or about a 24-inch strand. In other words, the 54, I'm either knotting it or doubling it, and the 24 is just right about where I like them. I have some of those tubular constructed pearls that I guess they're crocheted. I'm not really sure. And you could just slide them over your head. And I find myself wearing those a lot because they're just easy to get on. I just call it my going out the door necklaces that you can just grab as you're going out the door, and you don't have to have anybody attach anything, do any closures for you or anything. Look at these little stubby threads sticking out of them. Kill me. Kim, did you? Was it? What news that posted it? I don't know who posted it. Somebody posted these seashells that were colored with Sharpies in blue and white, and they looked like Delft china, blue and white stuff. I was trying to get Jude and Cindy in their prints and stuff to do like a collage out of different kind of blue and whites and make it like a kind of a just that look, that blue and white stuff they eat on in Britain. All the Britcoms, they always have those dishes. I think my Aunt Virginia had some in the 60s. I've got so many dishes. If we started right now eating on them, we wouldn't get done. Why I have them, I don't really know. Most of the time when all the family's over, we've gotten so big that we eat paper plates. So, I don't know. I used to collect vintage Corningware and Corelle. I have about 50,000 sets of Corelle. Not sets, like maybe sets of 4 or something. that I've just accumulated. When we used to go thrifting and yard selling, which we don't really anymore, we don't have time. We babysit my daughter's little boy at her house. And then we have a church job, minister of music and organist. And then, we do our auctions. So there's Saturday morning comes, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm just glad to be here. Tomorrow we'll have to go to another town for church, and makes for kind of a long day. When we bought this place, I told Ken my yard work days were over. I never did like doing yard work. Anyway, I kill every flower I get within 6 feet of. Several years ago, I don't know, I think I had birthday money or something, and I bought all kinds of flowers for my front porch. And we've got white rockers out there, and I just envisioned this lovely flowering area. Yeah, it was pots of dead flowers. That's basically what it was. I just don't have a green thumb at all. One thing I cannot wait for is fresh tomatoes, though. I love when he starts bringing tomatoes in. I love tomatoes. And yes, we're in the South, and people do eat mayonnaise and tomato sandwiches. I don't. I like something else with it too, cheese or something. But people do throw tomatoes on biscuits and bread and just have tomatoes and mayonnaise. Ken's uncle had the best heirloom pink German tomatoes one year, years ago. And he passed away, and Ken never did get any more. We moved. He got some starts, and we grew some. But then we moved and didn't think to take some with us, and he passed away. And I would love to have some of Uncle Charles's pink tomatoes. Okay, I've got most of those. I do believe they are real. Best I can tell. I think I'll bag those and let those be done. At least if I do go to use these, I won't have to have so much pre-work. Well, Barbie, there we go. Has anyone heard from Glenna? I tried to write her and she didn't answer me. She was doing better, and I was hoping she still's doing better, but no one's heard from her. I noticed in another auction, I think it's Jewelry Nurse, said she hadn't heard from her either. And I'm just hoping she's okay. I'm going to try to write again. I may address a card just to her house where her husband is there and tell him everyone's wondering about her. She's such a sweet person. I was so tickled when she finally got to get up and walk. She'd been in bed and didn't think she would ever walk again and didn't know why. And so I was just so tickled for her. And then now we haven't heard from her, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I've got a little bag of pearls. Should I decide I need them for something? Glenna, I forgot her last name. It's not Glenda, it's Glenna. 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 My mind is just drawing a blank. I can't think of her last name. I know it, but I can't think of it. I haven't seen her in a long time. Just hope she's okay. And I did hear from Carmen's husband. He did okay with his surgery. And my understanding was it hadn't spread or anything, so that's good. It's a cancer surgery. Carmen is in Puerto Rico. Those of you who don't know Carmen, she's been in the jewelry community longer than I have. So. If someone requests prayer, ask us to pray for them. I don't share it, but if I've seen them share it on their Facebook, then I know it's not so. And Carmen has shared on her Facebook, so I don't feel like I'm betraying the confidence or anything that way. But if someone just sends me a message for prayer, I don't share that. So. I don't know what this is. I believe, hold on, they're not stone. They make shells, or there are shells that look like that, but I think these may be glass. I don't know. Hey, Cindy Lou Bob. Speak of the devil. I was telling him I was trying to get you and Jude to do like a Delft pottery theme of different blues, different blueprints in a collage. I think that would be so pretty. I am just harvesting all this stuff that I've had forever and ever on me and trying to get it into these little bags. It's my obsession. Hi, Summer. What's going on down the hill? What's Harper doing today? Parker's traveling, and he's not the best car rider in the world. He'll holler, out, get. In other words, get out. Now he adds 2 outs on it. It's out, get out. But he doesn't like to travel. No, Cindy's not the devil. I just always heard that phrase, speak of the devil. I think these are just glass, but they look like those kind of little. Oh, okay. Tell Judy and Mike hello. And my grandson. I am cutting up jewelry that I can use to make other jewelry. But it's the most relaxing thing. I can make extenders out of that. To find the right container that's for it though. Let's see. Okay, that goes there. Well, I'm doing, let me come up so I can wave at Harper. Ken's out mowing. I'm just doing a little pop-up Selma's necklace kits. I thought about doing some kits. April got me started in jewelry making with a kit she sent me for free to show what I made on her show. And that's what got me into it. But I'm way past kits. I've got like buckets would be just a better. Hi, Harper. It's grandmother, and she's a mess today. I do have all my little earrings Mike made. I love Mike's earrings. They're so comfortable. This one has a pearl and a little blue, like a little precioso or something. It's real pretty. I love them. He gave me that for my birthday. You like jewelry, Mike? If you haven't worn his earrings, you need to go to his Facebook and get some because his are so comfortable. I'm funny about earrings. They have to be comfortable. Cindy Lou Bob, I forgot to put this in your package. I had it for you. I'll put it in the next package. It's a itsy bitsy little stone turtle. Look at that. And I don't know if it had a hole in it for a necklace. I don't see one. It kind of looks like something you just might sit on your jewelry box or something. I just thought he was so cute. I don't know what stone he is, but I'll put it in your next thing. I forgot to put it in. Did you get your package, Cindy? Did you get your package? All right. Now throw this old nasty dirty threads away. Okay, now put them in these little itsy bitsy bags. Not today. Shoot, I was hoping to come today. Has your mail passed? The trick to this is the square. They go in those separated jewelry bead keepers. You know, I have a bunch of those. I did have a lot of the beads in there, but they pick up things better because they have a straight edge. Yeah, barely closes, but it does. So I've got that little bag all raring to go whenever I get a creative hunch. Okay. But my advice is if you do this, that you have a tray or something that, you know, you can, this might be one of those wads that just makes it to my craft lot in one big tangling mess. And those beads aren't worth cutting and worrying about. I guess. I don't know. Nah. Like this. What is that? That is heavily gold plated. See if it's going to mark. All this stuff I have had so long, I don't even remember it. No mark on it, but it's cute. I'll keep it out. And this is... Okay, I kept this little charm bracelet for the charms. And there's a screwback earring all embedded in it. The pliers are going to come out in a minute and start cutting. This earring looks like sterling was hooked to it. This has got a frog and somebody. I don't know what this theme is. White dog. I don't know. But it just looked like it was important, so I kept it. Meanwhile, this screwback earring is getting on my nerves. So you know what's going to happen to it? Ken's outside. He gets so frustrated when I cut things. Because he is a purist. He untangles down to the last little whatever, and I don't. Get the scissors out and start cutting. I let my very best clipping pliers, or whatever you call them, get into a craft lot one time and sold them to somebody, I guess. They were the best, trimmers, whatever these are, wire cutters. I was cutting away at a big pile of mess, and this is exciting television. Cindy, everybody's been putting their links in and what their next upcoming shows are. If you want to put your upcoming whatever on there besides your Monday auction, get your art videos and stuff out there. Cindy does some really pretty stuff. And it's very relaxing. I insist that she sign everything with from the Happy Craft Studio, Cindy Levin. Where's Jude? What's she up to? She doesn't want to miss this exciting live. I might even be cutting in a minute. I just thought I'd get some watch time, and if anybody was interested in watching, I've been doing this anyway, so I want to get off before Joe's live comes on so I don't interfere. I try not to go over top of people. I mean, it's inevitable at some point that you are, some people, and whatever, I think she comes on Eastern time at 5. I can't remember. It's like 2 California, so I guess that'd be 5 Eastern. My daughter was going over Virginia Dare Bridge, which in North Carolina, which is to do with Roanoke Island and the Lost Colony, which always fascinated me tremendously. That little bracelet's cute. It's got Karapi. I believe it's not Mark Sanrio, though, I don't think. So it might just be the Sanrio characters. I'll put that aside. In 4th grade in Virginia, which is where I grew up and lived most of my life, you started Virginia history in 4th grade. And they had these ancient old books. And the front half of it was Virginia history, and the back half was geography. The first of the year, you started the history, and then after Christmas, you did the geography. And I hated geography, and I was so disappointed when we had to give up our history time to. I'm cutting. Yes, I'm cutting. It's not worth anything. It's an astrology thing. I'm not into astrology, and it's got wear. And one of the first things we studied was the Lost Colony, and I remember my teacher, who was old at the time in the 60s, she was already old. She was talking about her friends that she visited down there, had always talked about there being blue-eyed Cherokee Indians. Maybe they weren't Cherokee, whatever, anyway, was at Roanoke Island, and that she figured the Lost Colony had just integrated in with the Indian tribe. But I've always been fascinated with that. Melissa was going over the Virginia Dare Bridge. Virginia Dare was the first child born in the New World of English descent, not counting Native Americans, first tribes, First Nations, which I do have a considerable amount of that in my veins. My hold on, let me get it right. My great-great-grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee. And when they marched them across the United States in the Trail of Tears, her family hid in a cave. And Tennessee has a lot of caves. And the town where I grew up is right on the state line, one side of Virginia, one side of Tennessee. And the state street, right down the main street, it's called State Street. You got Tennessee one side, Virginia the other, so it all kind of meshes. I live in Tennessee now, but in Tennessee and Virginia, there's a lot of cave systems, and her family hid in the caves, and man, it's to not have to go. Such a cruel thing. I have one native item in my home, and I'm afraid to try to climb up there and get them down right now. There's too much stuff in the way. I'll show y'all sometime. But anyway, I wasn't told this until I was in my 20s, and it fascinated me. But sadly, prejudices and things, it wasn't something locally people were very proud of. Not then, maybe now. It's got a nice, I guess it's pewter pendant I may keep. Uh, it wasn't something that you were proud to announce. And the Melungeon people just over the hill in the coal mines, they were being just frankly persecuted. And a lot of people thought that Melungeon people were a mix of Indians and white people, but they're not. It's actually more of a near Portugal or whatever. Anyway, I have Melungeon teeth, but the same teeth are common to people of Native American descent too. I have on the back of my teeth, I have little shelves like things. They're called shovel teeth. That's what they're called. I have those. But all of my mom's uncles and even her and her brothers looked like, the Indian commercial where they had the Indian standing there and a tear dripping down his face. It was about pollution or trash or something, litter. I think it was a litter commercial in the 70s, and he stood there and that tear dripped down. Well, that's what all of my mom's people look like. And her profile and everything. I've got a picture of her somewhere up there. I think it fell down behind the bookcase. It did. I'll have to get it out. But anyway, it fascinated me. I thought it was quite interesting. This is a little tied stone bracelet, I suppose, necklace bracelet. And it's done in that new way. Well, it's probably an older bracelet, but they're actually doing boho pieces with this same. We went to one, Buttercup, and it's just we just kind of ended up there by accident. It wasn't that I went to it. In Trade, Tennessee, we were over there one time when one was going on. Have been to over in Cherokee. There's we didn't actually, I can't remember if we saw the play or not. We were at the place where the play was. I think we did stay and see the play. I can't remember. Trail of Tears play and everything. I know they used to have, Cherokee used to have this little mini zoo thing over at Cherokee, and it was mainly bears. And when we took our kids, it was in such poor shape where I guess they aren't subject to the same laws or whatever, But the bears were just down in this pit thing, and you walked around this rickety wooden platform. It was not the safest thing I'd ever done with my children, but you were right there on top of the bears, and it was interesting. My kids still remember it and talk about it. They had Santa's Land. That's what it was. Santa's Land. There was a little, not resort, but yes, Cindy, the Melungeons were a European culture, but I don't know if there was some connection early on to the First Nation people, where when they came, they, had been part of that or what, but I know that First Nations people often have shovel teeth. So, obviously I'm not Melungeon, although most Melungeons are either really, really dark with dark eyes. I dated one in college, or they'll be ruddy skinned, like red. They're reddish. And my father kind of had the blonde reddish thing going on, but I don't know. I was told my whole life I was kin to Robert E. Lee. Now whether I don't know. Interesting though, isn't it, to think about? And the past really wasn't technically that long ago. Look at this. This was from something that I kept it because I liked the clasp. Have no idea how it actually. I'll just put it in my pendant thing. Now these beads I find annoying. There's tons of them. And they do have a mark of some kind. Let me see what it is. Yep. I don't know, but it might behoove me to find out what the bark is before I take to cutting them, wouldn't it? Most of this, as far as sterling, has already been searched out and tested. Kim doesn't. We don't test gold, and if we have something that we suspicion is gold, we usually just take it to our jeweler, and she buys it straight out. I have some. I forgot what they're called. Those real expensive pearls. I could have gotten a lot more, but I just sold them to the jewelers because I didn't have to worry about authentication and all that. Forgot the name of them. Shoot. They didn't really look like they were worth that much. No, they were more expensive than those. Oh, wow, Cindy. I'd love to read it. I've got a book I finished, my first fiction book, and it's still sitting there not finished. But anyway, I'd love to read that. The I don't know about where you guys live, but around here, all the empty properties and stuff are being just overrun with drug users. And one of the local colleges, and I went there for a while, was dating Ken, has been sitting empty. A Chinese firm bought it. It's Virginia Intermont's the name of it. But a Chinese firm bought it and was supposed to open some business college. And the place is just about to fall in. All the windows are broken. And somebody went in and took pictures, and it's just blood and needles everywhere. The gym just covered. It had blood, just what looked like fresh blood, and needles thrown everywhere. And that I hear people talking about, like in cemeteries and stuff, they go to put flowers on their people's grave, and there's like needles and stuff. That kind of trash. I mean, nobody even wants to pick it up. It's a shame. I wish the whole world. Well, I wouldn't say that. The other night at church, oh, I'd like to read what you got, Cindy. Mine is a post World War II setting, and it was getting ready to move to Argentina when I quit writing. It was like section 2, not chapter 2, but like part 2. My mom was near death when I was writing, and I'd take her to doctor's appointments and sit with a steno pad and just write. And well, this is cute. Look at these little cats. Can you see them? That's cute. I'll keep those. I'll just cut them off the string. I got my new sunglasses in the mail today. Let me show y'all. I order glasses a lot from a place called Goggles for You. And like these prescription sunglasses were a total of like $12 and something. Look at that. I didn't get a bifocal in them because when I drive, I don't need it anyway. But if you have your prescription, you don't have to have it. Like you don't have to. I don't think. Maybe I did. Some of them make you send a copy. Now that was my insurance company on my real glasses. Well, anyway, I think as long as you have your numbers, like off your prescription, you can order you glasses. And I had what they call the PD measurement, which is the part you need, but you can take it yourself if you don't have your PD measurement. I always ask for mine because I know I'm going to order sunglasses and stuff. And the optometrists don't want to give it to you because they know you're ordering online when you do that. But now my eye doctor doesn't even do glasses. It's an eye hospital. So I'll put these 3 little kitties in a bag. I've seen Zinni on there too. I had Ken had been paying on this dumb policy for years for me. I hadn't gotten new glasses in 5 years. Why he kept paying, I don't know. So I did get one pair through them, and I got those at the optician's office. And they're, you know, they don't have a line. They're bifocal, whatever I'm trying to say, you know. But I'm wearing, these are my readers from the Dollar General. That's what I wear most of the time. The bifocals on all my lined bifocals don't really work because of the Bell's palsy, I guess. It just doesn't sit in the right place or something. What time is it? I don't want to loop over Joe. One way I can always spot sterling is when you run across something that's real, well, that was good, Barbie. If it was sterling, you just broke it. I've done that more than once. Oh, well. And it wasn't sterling, it's a spring. When it's real tarnished, sometimes, and you run it over that cloth and you get all that black, you think, that might be sterling. Hey, I wonder if I could use this for French wire for, hold on. Yes, you could get a needle down in that. I'll save that. That stuff you use to, people have started using wire guard, but I like to use, when I do pearls, I like to use stuff that looks like a spring. You can't ever find it in sterling, and if I did find it, it'd probably be so high. But sterling just doesn't do, I mean, I don't mind it, obviously, but it doesn't float my boat that much. It's not a deal breaker for me, is what I'm trying to say. You'll see me close my eyes when I'm cutting because I have had pieces fly up and hit me. Let me bring you down so you can see what kind of mess I'm working on. I see like a little vintage piece right here I might want to use. Nah. I think I'm just going to take this whole piece and dump it in my craft lot because I don't have the patience for this. There's one nice cuff link, but there's just one. I'm not the most patient person in the world. If Ken was in here, he'd be laughing. Ooh, you're a kid. But I'm not. I'm really terribly not. I don't see anything of great value in this thing lot. It's just going to waste my time. I think I'm just going to take it to my craft lot. There you go. Okay, this one, what is it doing? It is very strange. And it doesn't move. It just looks like it's a lariat, but it doesn't move. I think we're looking at craft lot. Okay. Well, that's just a plain little chain. I might keep that. Okay. Earrings. This one might be sterling. I'll hold on to it. These will go in the craft lot. Now, let me pull up another handful. In bags. Now, this is a nice example of. This is, I believe it's malachite. If it's not, it's close. And I don't know about the chain. Let me see if it's magnetic. Or Ken's magnet. And he'll come in and he'll go, it's a magnet. There it is. No, it's magnetic, so you know where it's going. These are going to be cut off. And those are my clippers. And I will bag those little things into something. And I probably will just completely take them. They had them on what looked like just a little piece of wire. So I'll just bag those in a little bag. And I'll have them to do something fun with. Easily spotted. And I had this stuff. I had tried to sell this and nobody bought it. It is really cute. It's got a cork to, I guess, a wine bottle with a little dog on it in pewter. Isn't that cute? The cork kind of has got a little place out of it, but you put that around the neck of the bottle. Then I have these 4 little pate knives. Brie, I guess that's Swiss, bread and grapes. And then some little wine charms. If anybody wants that whole set for $12, just let me know. I love that. I think it's cute. Just let me know and I'll write you down for it. Oh, some of the wine charms. And these little wine charms often make cute little charm bracelet type charms. I've seen some, especially Christmas ones. But I'll put them in the bag. I forgot I had that. If Josie comes on, let me know because I don't want to trounce over her. Usually on Saturday in the earlier part of the day, there's not a lot of people on. Okay, that was a leather piece that like a necklace, and it had leather cord, which doesn't go with faceted aurora borealis beads. So I'm going to cut that one. Let's cut that one too. Let me put these over here for a minute. Okay. This is those bracelets that I got a whole slew of by accident. Let me look at the hole on these. I didn't know that information when I got these. I don't know. The way the hole is cut, they're not glass. They're either plastic or stone. And I'm thinking, I don't think they're cold enough to be plastic, but I mean to be stone, but I don't know. So I'm going to leave this little bracelet in construction. I mean, leave it like it is. Let's get these little blue beads. See, they have leather on each end. Trash. It's not that I don't like leather and cord and stuff, because I really do. It's long enough. I learned how to do those knots that slide so you can do a leather necklace that's adjustable. Uh, it's specific. Let me look and see. Joe has a really good option. There's a lot of people on here that are in the chat right now that I could tell you I would stand by them. I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. That's what I think it is, looking at it. Like Cindy there, if you bought something from Cindy, I would stand behind it just as much as if you bought it from me. I mean, I would, confidence that. Okay, these little blue beads are those ones I was showing you. I'm just going to scoop them up, and I don't want the metallic beads because they were kind of worn looking. So I would use new metallics anyway on this one if I did something with it. There again, I've got elastic cord. If nothing else, I can make elastic ones, but I think making stretch bracelets is the hardest thing I have done. And I just repaired one time and thought it was so hard. Okay, this is something I have been debating what I want to do with these. These are bracelets that have some lampwork beads, and then some are not. These are ceramics. These are lampwork. These are just fancy glass beads. These are lampwork. These are lampwork. I think these are lampwork. Now these are some of my favorites. I love these little Christmas lampwork beads. And I envision like earrings out of those or something, but there's just one of each one. It'd be kind of funny if you had a snowman and a candy cane. But look at those. They don't seem to sell that well. Or they don't for me. Now this little glass bracelet, I love these beads. Look at these little beads. I have some more beads like that. I will probably cut this one and use those in something else. Because probably the most I could get out of this is like $3 or something out of a bracelet. And I could have so much fun with those. And if I bought beads like that, they'd be a lot more than $3. So I'll probably cut that one. These, I'm just not sure on. I probably will cut these. Uh, these are little cute ceramic beads. I'll start with them. The metal on them is a little bit tarnished, and they're strung on a, looks like something that came off of wrapping paper or something, stretchy gold cord. I guess people use what they can. I shouldn't be that way. There. Hi, number yourself. Oh, I'm on the wrong. I was looking over on uh, Joe's channel where I was looking for the time. Cindy's still in her jammies. I got up early this morning and took a shower because I was nasty. I was too tired last night. Oh my gosh, I was so tired. We keep our little 2-year-old grandson, and he said they don't call it terrible twos for nothing. I mean, there's a reason they call it terrible twos. Oh my goodness. And there's a reason that women, when they get a certain age, don't usually have babies because it's hard. Oh, but how I love him. He's at the stage now where he'll say, I love you back to you. And, hi, Myra. And he calls me, hey, bud. Now, see, these pieces here are really worn, and I wouldn't use those again, so I'll just toss them. But I do have some little ceramic beads here that I might use. I am just cutting and snipping, Myra. I am bagging beads, which is my new therapy. I love it. And it puts them in these little bags where you can see what you have. And I don't know. I have Bell's palsy. Most of y'all know that. Have had it. It's a lot better than it was when I was in a full-blown case. But a lot of you may be in the same boat I'm in, and it has nothing to do with Bell's palsy, is I spill coffee. I cannot drink anything without spilling it all over me. And early on, it was a Bell's palsy thing. My hair. Goodness. But I think I would probably be about as bad even if I didn't. So everything I have these, and a lot of times it just goes straight down my shirt, and my bra will have a big brown stain on it. Oh well, that's TMI, isn't it, Cindy? But oh my goodness, Myra, I would love to have 20 pounds of yarn. Are you gonna sell it? Do y'all see that pillow back on the chair back there? Home Sweet Home. I knitted that, and it was one of the hardest things I ever knitted. You had to knit 2 hands at a time. I did one hand English and one hand German. I couldn't do it now, but I was younger and more flexible and had feeling in my hands. I got plenty of knit needles, and I bought a whole bunch more from Cindy, so I've got like tons. Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you go to selling it, let me know. I don't know if I can get any right now or not, but I might. I had all my yarn stored in bags, and I had it in this cabinet downstairs I'd bought at Magic Mart in the garage. And I don't know what happened, but that summer we had those dinosaur bugs, whatever you call them. They're ancient bugs in a hard shell. Stink bugs. That's what we call them locally. They don't hurt anything, but they're gross looking. And they got into my yarn and stuff. And I just threw it all away. Oh, I was heartsick. It was my lifetime supply of yarn. Threw it all away. I love wool, real wool, but I can't knit with it. I'm allergic, and my hands like get on fire if I work with real wool. And this is another bag of little Lampwork beads that I just cut, and you can see that the metal work on it was not necessarily that great. Hold on. It had a lot of wear. So I'm just dumping that. And the beads go into the bead tub. And I'm going to cut this little Christmas one. I really didn't have to cut it because the metal is good on it. I don't know. I want the beads. I want to do something with them that I want to do. See who's messaging me. Oh, I'm getting pictures of my baby at the beach. Oh, my baby. He's so sweet at the beach. He's down on the sand. I think the water's too cold, but she covers him. I'm going to bring you up and let you see. She covers him, his arm. Well, you can't see, can you? She covers his arms and stuff. That's actually a swimsuit that has long sleeves. Uh, she's had a lot of skin issues, as had his granddad. And there he is with these sunglasses. He loves these sunglasses. He has to have sunglasses. There he goes. They're having fun. They're one of her friends um, is getting married, and instead of having a big wedding at home, she is taking everybody to this beach house, and they're going to get married on the beach. So that sounds like fun to me. But I'd say off the North Carolina coast, the water's going to be cold right now. So see, I've got those bagged ready to go in the bead bag, and I'll bag the metal stuff separately. Got some little acrylic beads. I save these two because I do like them in certain things. Not every, not always, but depending on what I'm making or doing, or I tend to use them more like in earrings, kind of, because they're lightweight. And let me find my Dollar Tree dental pick. I don't like the balls, but these little connectors I'm going to save. They're quite expensive, little separators. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but they are, these are the things that are kind of, those kind of little things are kind of expensive. We have a box, almost 12 pounds of jewelry sitting down at the garage. Ken doesn't want to bring it up and open it till after supper. He wants to get the yard done. I do not help with the yard. If you're sitting at home going, well, why is he out there in the yard? Well, first of all, I bought him a brand new riding tractor. His last one caught on fire, but I told him when we bought this much land that I don't mow. I don't like to mow. When I have to mow, it's so awful. I did used to mow, but I don't enjoy it. It's hard for me. I would be perfectly happy on a little postage stamp size lot, as long as I didn't have somebody annoying on top of me. That's the only fear I have, is having a little teeny yard. You're gonna have somebody annoying you to death, you know. I'm kind of one of those that, I don't know, when I'm home, I just want to just be home. Okay, these. Do I want to cut these? Hi, Cheryl and Dale. I am just deconstructing, going through things and bagging beads and harvesting what I think is worth harvesting. I love these Lampwork beads, and I'm going to cut this one. Nobody is really that interested in these Lampwork bracelets. I don't know if they were just overdone or what, but I can do more with them cutting them apart. And well, good. I'm glad I hadn't totally bored you to death. That's true, Cindy. Yep. He's been annoying me for going on 41 years. 40, hold on. 40, this September will be 41 years. Y'all have no idea. You think he's just being silly. He does me that way in the grocery store. He does it that way wherever we are. It's nothing for him to bring a big old can of pork and beans, like for a cafeteria or something, and put it in my buggy. And I don't realize it until I turn around and I have this big, humongous can of pork and beans in my buggy. You just don't know. I'm only 40, that's true. I've been married my whole life, it feels like it. I never have been out on my own independent, except what little bit of time in college that I lived on campus. I went from my parents to my husband. I'd like to sell our house and get a camper and head out I-40. But there's just one problem with that. I would miss my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. I do have one great-grandchild. I don't get to see her much, but she's so pretty. Let's see. These are Lampwork. Let's save them. Oh, Cheryl, I'm sorry. Most of y'all know we about lost my son last June, and they said his was a post-COVID thing. He didn't even know he'd ever had it. I'm not supposed to say that word, Emma. Erase that. And then they actually got it at Christmas, he and his wife. It's last Christmas. And he worked straight through it because he works at home and he had to or something. But he worked straight through. His wasn't. He felt rough, but she was really sick. I mean, she was sick, sick. And they told her to take those bodies or whatever. And it didn't work on that brand of the C word. And she really struggled. And he said, like right now, she's going to dermatologists and stuff. Her hair's falling out. And the doctor told her, and the hairdresser too, that they had seen so many people post C word with their hair coming out. And she has gorgeous long blonde hair. And I would enjoy. I loved. We've been out I-40 one time, and it was to the trauma center at Flagstaff, and we were in a hurry and worried about our kid and his wife, and well, they were not married then, but I'd like to go back, and enjoy it because the scenery is just unreal. We were like 70 miles from the Grand Canyon and didn't get to look at it. I think the hospital was like 70 miles from the Grand Canyon, or the beginning of the Grand Canyon or something. And these metal pieces have a lot of discoloration. I think I'll just toss them. I'm going to bring you back down so you can see what I'm doing. Got my new camera that Cindy recommended. So if you don't like it, just hit Cindy up there. Tell her. Get you back where you're supposed to be. Okay. There. I've got these two I'm debating on. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut them. They're not that attractive like they are. Cut, cut, cut. Look how dirty that was. Okay. I don't think the little stars are in that good a shape. So I think we'll toss the stars. Now these metal pieces are interesting. They have butterflies on them. And there's some that have a little flat thing in the center. We'll save them. Put those in a little bag. If I can find a little bag. I'd like to have a bag just a tad bit bigger than this, but not much bigger. Dollar Tree has some. You get like 40 for $1.25, and they're a little bit too big, but this has just become an obsession with me. I want to get all my beads in bags, and I know that's real stupid. I've moved all the jewelry that is for auction out into the hall so that I could organize craft things in here and get it like I wanted. I couldn't even turn around. Okay, I think I'll put those two in a bag by themselves. Like if I have two or something, sometimes I'll bag them alone because I can use those on earrings. So I think I'll just put all those in a bag. And sometimes I just take a notion to do color, like a color, certain colorway or whatever. You know, like be mixing ones that I think just go together. Find it very relaxing. I think I'll just put that one in there too, and that one. To the tub. Cheryl, at this point, I haven't yet really. Um, like I said, I didn't even know what I had, to be honest. I had so much. What I'm doing right now is deconstruction. I actually had piles that were new or not used in necklaces. Some of them were just stones, and I've been doing all of that, and I have just not even had a chance to see what I'm going to use. But the short answer is probably yes. And that's a probably. Um, I'm just kind of starting, I've just selectively made a little jewelry lately. I've been so busy uh, and stressed. Uh, I don't know how many of you know I have a serious sleep disorder. And it's a long story. I don't want to bore you. I get tired of hearing everybody's medical too. But I can't always sleep on it because of my eye right now. And most of any sleep I get that's not on the machine is in the hours between about 5 and 10 in the morning. And when you have to get up to be somewhere about 7:30, 8 o'clock, you're not, and I'm getting kind of run down from not sleeping. So anyway, long story. I don't want to bore you with it. I don't want to even talk about it because I want to be relaxed. Let's see what else we can get to cut up. All right, let's see what we got. Some of these things I get in craft lots. Some are just in jewelry lots that, they're not going to sell it. And some might actually be in a jewelry making lot. I don't remember which came from where. But these I thought were so interesting, maybe for earrings or they look like coasters. But about 4 of those. So I'm going to put those in something. I kept this because I just thought it was cute. And I don't know that I would ever use any of that. I think I'll put that in my craft lot. I won't use that. But it's cute. And I have a humongous craft lot. I'll be selling the craft lot. Okay, this is... I mean, do you know anyone with a neck that small? I guess they ran out of gemstones or something. But I'll be cutting this one. These, I believe, are they adventuring? I don't know. That's what they look like, kind of. Really cool. I'll be cutting that one. These I thought were so pretty. And the chain is coppery, but I believe it's copper by wear, not by copper. Although I love copper. Look at these little beads. They're like cloisonne. Isn't that pretty? We'll probably cut that one too. And here's an example of the kind of thing I like. I don't like that maroon they've mixed in with that, but I like these kind of 1960s, early 70s acrylic beads that have like discs and things. I love these. I love the 60s jewelry. And this is strung on some kind of horrid gold thing like you would wrap presents with. So I will be cutting that. What is this? Well, this is pretty. It's got a little tiger's eye at each juncture. It looks like Leah Sophia to me, but I don't see a. I'm going to put this in my craft lot, but that is pretty, isn't it? If you're a crafter, be sure and look for my. Oh, I like this. This is. What is this? Here's the back of it. Is that for a crock to go down in the hole of a crock, or those shoes? What it looks like. I don't know. I'll put it in my pendants because I just like it. Okay, now, I believe, and this is I believe, these are made out of that stuff where it's like that stuff where they take paint off the floor of the paint shop, car paint, and make a substance out of it. I'm not sure, and I don't have any way of testing it to tell you. But whatever they are, someone thought they were important enough. I'm going to cut them and see if they're knotted. Yeah, these are knotted. So if these were just little old plain plastic beads, I don't know why they would be knotted like that. Those are cute. I'll be cutting that one. Let's see. Oh, this one is the one that I wasn't sure what I was doing with. This is a little bracelet, and it's not sterling that I know of. Let me test it real fast. Well, I've already lost Ken's magnet, so here it is. Okay. That little ring is. The ring that's holding the charms on is magnetic, but the charms aren't. That little thing is. The beads aren't. So I don't know. I'm probably going to cut this and get the charms off. You've got little, I don't think they don't really open, I don't think. No, they're just charms. They look like poison boxes or prayer boxes, whichever you want to call it. And I'll probably cut that one too. Let's see what we got here. This is an earring. That's weird. What is that? Now this is a bracelet, and it's missing a toggle. It's really, really quite interesting, though. The closures are like brushed gold, and it's supposed to have a toggle that goes through there. I may repair that. Put it in my repair bucket. Where is the repair bucket? That's the wash bucket. Here's the repair bucket. Okay. Okay, let's see what this is. Japan. Pui. I collect West Germany, and I was hoping it was West Germany. These are, can't tell if they're glass. I'll have to look at them with a loupe. I won't cut it till I do. Yeah, I'll do this after a while. That is that Dalmatian jasper, or am I dreaming? Maybe it's not. I'll cut that baby. These are, I thought those were wood, but they're not. They're not really sure what they are. Oh, where's my loopy? I can't tell if these are ceramic or plastic. They're not glass because the hole doesn't indicate it. Oh, look at these. These are stone. Oh my. Look at this. This was strung on that chiffon like ribbon. I've got stone leaves. Look at that. Aren't those pretty? Get some more little things to separate with. I'll use a Dixie cut for the leaves and a Dixie cut for the squares. And I like to bag all those components separately so I can just look in there and say, oh, I have these leaves, I have this square bead or whatever. And it won't be like, oh, I have to put this necklace back together. That's not really what I'm up for. Sorry for the quiet time. Sometimes quiet's nice. It's not something people ever say about our other shows, that they're quiet. Thank you, Kim. I need a tripod that works better for my camera. I've got it up on top of that laptop. Ouch. The tripod I used off my, I think those gold beads. I'm going to get those. I'm going to catch those gold beads. I usually have silver jewelry on in my options, but truly and surely gold is my real jewelry is gold. I do have sterling wedding rings to wear when I'm wearing silver. Ken bought me. But my wedding rings, when you've been married a long time, they get more fragile. And I'm really terribly afraid of something happening to them. He had the prongs redone, but still, with just 4 prongs, you bend one prong and, and doing the kind of stuff I do here, I'm kind of afraid of bagging it in somebody's stuff. Belle's back in. She takes a nap. She's used to, when she's here by herself, she sleeps a lot. And so when her dad's here, she tries to go outside, but she still has to have a nap. We will have the dogs of my daughters in a few weeks. They hired somebody to come sit with them this time. They had a lady with doggy daycare, and I don't think she wanted them again. They're spoiled rotten, and they fight constantly, play fight, and they sound like Cujo when they're going at each other. Now, these are definitely not real pearls, and they're not really good glass pearls. So I don't think I'm going to cut these. I'm just going to put these into a wearable craft lot. That is interesting. I will be cutting that definitely. Here's a bracelet that I will probably just throw in crafts. It's got some wear. I probably kept this to do charm bracelets on, but it's just not. I don't want to sell somebody something with wear, and then they get it and they're disappointed. All right, let's cut this pretty necklace. Now this, and it may be a sign of my age, but I am very much loving this big plastic jewelry. And I noticed in some of those things you see online about what's in style this year and all that on the runways, I am thinking that some of that big plastic was back in. Definitely anything to do with chains, multiples of chains, even great big humongous chains, like, you know, exaggerated chains that are great big pieces. One thing I'm seeing a lot of is chains on pocketbooks. Like, I had just figured out that I liked wearing a chain on my mask when we quit wearing masks. I had copied Sarah Jessica Parker's mask chain, and I had a real pretty chain on my mask. I still carry one because there are places you go where they require it, and places you go where you might feel more comfortable with a mask on. Seems like you go in a restaurant, you can sit in a corner by yourself, and then before Ken even arrives to the table with the food, or if they bring it or whatever, somebody's come and sat down right next to us going, you don't know if they've got it or not, or we've actually moved before and why, when there's an empty restaurant, do people come and sit rammed up right next to you? We always call it the sheep syndrome because people are like sheep and they can't behave in a way that's, individualized or anything. They have to follow the flock and sit where everybody else is sitting. They can't just, they're sheep. People say a lot of things about me that have known me over the years. Some of them aren't probably very nice. But one thing I don't think anyone would ever say about me is that I'm a sheep. They might say I'm a goat. They might say she really needs to be more like a sheep. But I don't follow very well. I probably need some music in the background, don't I? If you could see. what I'm doing or not. Maybe you can. So these, this pink necklace with the mod chunky look, I have divided and gotten 3 different little bags of stuff out, well, 3 or 4 out of it, that I won't be recreating the same necklace. I'll just be using some of the components. See? I don't know how long I've been on. I probably should get off. Let's see. Let's see how long I've been on. I've been on over 2 hours, haven't I? I better get off. I appreciate everybody being here. I don't want to hog up the internet, break the internet or something. I'll probably be doing this again, and then at some point, I'm going to be doing, letting y'all help me design some jewelry. That'll be fun, wouldn't it? Taking some of this that I've cut and reassembling it. And I love watching all the others do their arts and crafts and telling them what I think would look good. And I haven't got zero talent for any of that. But anyway, I think it's fun to watch, to be part of somebody else's creative process. Uh, it frees you up in your own creative process just to have that. It's relaxing too. And I know all of us right now probably need some relaxation. See y'all at the, Joe will be on at 5, Jewelry Nurse tonight, and Roberta, I think 7:30, isn't that when they come on? Last night was 8:30. I don't know, 7:30, I think. Monday night is Cindy. Tuesday night we will be on with our auction. 7 o'clock probably. We may be on a little earlier because we won't be babysitting that day. So stay tuned Tuesday for even Monday. Who knows what, when you'll see us. It may be that we're on a little more for several days. I've actually intended to put some more things on my $5 Facebook group, and I just haven't. I'm sitting here doing this instead of taking pictures of jewelry. But anyway, I needed some relaxation time. It's more fun when you guys are here. Thanks for coming. Bye.